The sun was gradually tilting, and the reddish twilight signaled that it was time for dinner. Everything felt perfect because I had finally accomplished one of my bucket list items, moving to a new home and living independently. While my previous home was cozy and nice, starting fresh is sometimes necessary. Excuse me, I understand the joy of moving to a new place, but I'll need you to sign the confirmation form so I can give you the keys to your apartment. Oh, yeah, I apologize. For a brief moment, the excitement faded as I heard the voice of the apartment manager calling me. Once I signed the confirmation form, the apartment and that small key would become mine. Here's a pen. Just think of it as a simple signature and take your time. I received the pen and took a deep breath. As I thought about it being the signal for a new beginning, my heart started to race. Now, let's write my name here. My name, it's Lion. Thank you very much. Thank you for your cooperation. Here you go, the keys. If you need any spare keys, you can come over to the management office and request them later. Thank you. Well then, I'll take my leave. Anyway, now that the move is complete, I already contacted my parents as soon as I arrived. They assured me that the TV connection is set up. If I get bored, I guess I can just check out that channel. Well, I guess tonight I'll have nothing else to do except watch TV. Since I threw away the old Wi-Fi device while moving, I ordered a new one from an online store, but it will take a while to arrive. New TV channel opening. What on earth does that mean? Is there some exclusive channel only available in this apartment? Although it's practically on the verge of breaking down, the device holds precious memories. It's like a dear friend that I grew up with, especially since I used to watch children's animations on it when I was young. But to stick that promotional poster on that precious item without the owner's permission. Ugh, it'll leave tape marks. I immediately felt a surge of irritation and swiftly and accurately removed the promotional poster and the accompanying adhesive tape. Luckily, there were no marks left behind. Thank goodness. Letting out a sigh of relief, I tossed myself onto the plush sofa with the mysterious promotional poster still in hand. The softness of the sofa, the carpet, and the new TV stand on which the TV was placed made the TV and I seem oddly out of place. Well, it's not like it feels bad. New items do look nice, after all. For a moment, I entertained those thoughts, but lying on the sofa, the comforting sensation made me feel drowsy. The remote control must be somewhere on the sofa. Ah, here it is. What channel should I watch? It would be great if there's an interesting channel to keep me entertained all night. Since going outside was out of question and I was already exhausted, I only had enough energy left to cook instant food. That means, in other words, I have the whole day to myself. I can't just waste this rare opportunity for rest on the move alone. It'll be a shame. Unfortunately, due to a delivery delay, the Wi-Fi was unavailable, so I was left with a TV to keep me company after a long time. Watching a documentary channel like usual should be fine. Or maybe... I hesitated, as the sweat started to form on my palm. The crumpled paper in my hand shouldn't be discarded without even properly reading its contents, right? It's risky, but the poster clearly said channel 453. I'm curious about what kind of channel it is. How should I proceed? The mysterious channel. I mean, what could go wrong, huh? Well, I should solve the mystery and then go. If it's nothing major, I could just switch back to the channel I was watching before, right? The answer was simple. After all, who knows? Even seemingly insignificant things can evoke a sense of fear. So, let's tune into the channel and see. It's as easy as pressing a few buttons on the remote control. Instead of wasting time on unfounded anxiety, why not watch some TV? Time is short, and I deserve to have some fun. I soon found myself humming a tune and pressed the buttons gently. 4, 5, 3. What would await me? Perhaps a variety show, or maybe a documentary channel similar to the ones I enjoy. Nah, judging by the promotional material stuck to the sides, it didn't seem like a channel with much flair. It might be a small channel that broadcasts reruns. However, to my amusement, none of my expectations were met. Hold on, what's this? Surprisingly, the channel displayed what seemed like the start screen of a video game. Odd, I haven't connected any game consoles recently. In fact, all my gaming consoles are buried deep inside those movie boxes piled up by the door. Huh, this television isn't a cutting-edge device that supports games on its own either. Do I just use the regular remote control to navigate? I don't have any extra controllers besides this one. I'm not sure. Well, let's give it a try. If it works, great. If not, I can just stop. It's not like I'll be losing anything. Start. As I pressed the central OK button, the sound effect reminiscent of classic games played. It was a cute voice saying, "Start!" The main menu had a similar atmosphere, as if it was designed for healing purposes. Besides what I've seen so far, this channel seems to be offering casual games with a cute vibe as its purpose. That was the moment. Mic test! I'm not sure if you can hear me well. Anyway, hope it's not a malfunction. This is a legitimate broadcast, so... As a voice came from within the screen, the camera zoomed in on someone's back. As soon as they turned around, their entire face became visible. If asked about my first impression, I would answer... a person with slight dark circles under their eyes, gothic-style clothing, an awkward smile. For the first episode today, we have a special guest to commemorate the start. Thunderous applause could be heard, and the person who seemed to be the show's host remained silent, enjoying the momentary attention. Thank you. Now, shall we go and meet that person? After the intro ended, the screen started flickering and soon turned black. It felt like the show had just begun. What kind of channel was this? Even during idle moments, don't they usually insert advertisements to increase viewership? Knock knock. Hello? Violet irises met my eyes. As soon as I realized that they were addressing me, I froze in place. What a surprised expression! It's okay. Even for me, this is not an ordinary occurrence. I am Liot, the owner of Channel 453. Nonchalantly, Liot introduced himself, as if already expecting my reaction. How could they possibly know my thoughts? In my short life, I've never experienced a TV show that allows two-way communication. Moreover, there are no cameras or microphones installed here, so how does that person even perceive my existence? Well, don't worry. I have no intention of harming you. I'm not some ghost or something like that. And the second reason you feel relieved is that I am currently trapped within this screen. Well, you are at home, right? The only thing I can do is have a conversation with you. Leo struggled as if it was no big deal. Yeah, when I think about it, their words made sense. It's just a creepy story where a person from the TV starts talking, but other than that, nothing really happened. Right? Nah, it's not like nothing happened. It's far from ordinary. When I think about it, there are a lot of issues. Yeah, who are you? Are you curious about me? Well, I don't really have much to say in terms of introductions. Isn't it more fun to gradually get to know each other? What is this person up to? You don't seem like a timid person, but if it's because you're feeling shy, I can start first. How about you provide some kind of explanation like your age, or surname, marital status, left or right side of the bed, top or bottom, just simple questions I have here, okay? How are you planning to remain silent the whole time? You seem quite shocked right now. It would be better for your peace of mind to at least listen to an explanation of the situation. I couldn't help but feel a chill despite him being on the other side of the screen, as if he were right in front of me. Well, since it's our first time today, shall we start with some ice? I was asking the questions here! Who told you that you could take control of the situation? I'm taking control of the situation, not you! Let's leave the difficult and complex questions aside for now. In this vast world, do you realize how slim the chances are for you and me to meet like this, and how limited the time is for us to converse? I want to get to know you. I want to make the people I meet smile. That's all there is to it. If you don't like it, you can always turn off the power with the remote, right? Alright, let's consider it an experience of a psychological phenomenon and have a conversation, shall we? I happen to be bored as well, but let's keep the conversation light and fun. Got it? Huh, I'd like that. Don't worry, I won't ask too much from someone who seems tired. I'm the tired. You were the one who clammed up when I was trying to ask you the questions. Don't call me tired, because clearly, between the both of us, you're not answering any of my questions. Surprisingly, it feels like you're saying that because you're scared. I got caught. Well, should I casually ask about hobbies? It's the first day, so I didn't really prepare anything like board games. Hobbies. My hobbies are... well, what I have to answer, speak falsely, speak truly. Why would I lie? Why would I lie? I will speak the truth. My hobby is casually jogging. Sometimes when my mind gets cluttered with various thoughts, going for a walk definitely helps clear my head. Jogging, huh? It's one of the more common hobbies, it's true. Well, it's true that physical activity can help clear your mind. Leota smiled brightly. His sunny smile was more memorable than before. But wouldn't it be better to speak truthfully? After all, it's just a passing conversation today. Having communication with someone inside the channel is not something that can happen twice in a lifetime. Next, you ask me the question. It's a fun question time now, so who knows? Maybe this time, I'll give you a proper answer to your question. Well then, of course there's a higher chance that I'll answer lighthearted questions. I still don't understand the intention behind the channel. What about your hobbies? I know that going for this will lead to something much darker, so I'm gonna go with what about your hobbies. Also, guys, do not question the links that are behind me, okay? Like, it's fine. I totally don't have another victim here with me. I mean, I don't have another friend here with me. There's nothing to worry about. Don't worry. This is not part of the ARG, I swear. I don't have an ARG. Shut up. Anyway, what about your hobbies? That's a light question. I like it. My hobby is similar to yours. It's jogging and then coming back home after a light sandwich outside. Sometimes when I write, my body feels stiff and I need some exercise. Writing, huh? So do you also write novels or something as another hobby? It's not a hobby, it's my profession, since I write to make a living. Are you in a profession that involves writing? Surprising. I just thought you were a simple TV host. So, is Leo also juggling multiple jobs? There seems to be a significant difference between a profession that involves writing and hosting a program. It's suspicious, but for now, that's not important, right? Let's focus on the present. My original purpose was to alleviate boredom by watching TV all night. If you think about it, having someone to talk to now is even better, isn't it? Well, shall we stop talking about hobbies here? I'm sorry, Leo. Seems like I'm a little hungry today. Probably because of the move and all. Also, I'm starting to think that like both my name and Leo's is being like mixed up in the game itself. I hope to God the developer actually fixes this issue, like for whenever you guys decide to play it. But it's so confusing reading this. Jesus, where's that loud noise coming from? I've been trying to understand it a little bit. But I didn't have breakfast because I left early from my previous place, and I haven't even had a simple snack. So it's not just a random noise coming from my stomach. Anyway, I'll go to the kitchen for a bit. As long as you don't turn off the TV, feel free to go. Surprisingly, you're letting me go so easily? I thought you'd tell me not to go for some reason. Well then, I'll bring back some instant ramen. It won't take too long. Oh, wait a moment. Oh, wait a moment. Lion, before you go, I have something to say. Sure. Do you have any more questions or something? Nah, I was just holding you back unnecessarily when you're already tired. I'm sorry. I lacked consideration, didn't I? Got too excited after a long time and I ended up only saying what I wanted to say. As he spoke, Leo lowered his head to apologize, just like the moment I first saw him. It's okay. Everyone makes mistakes. And I enjoyed it too. Having someone to talk to. Maybe. I suddenly had the thought that maybe I had been too guarded and misunderstood him. Honestly, he might have been excited about something occult happening as usual. But I was so focused on being cautious that because I moved, I was tired. Leo, he's just a person who can make mistakes. The only peculiar thing is that he exists in the TV. If anything, that means he can't hurt me. We're just conversation partners, capable of nothing more than just talking. Think about it that way. It felt like having a pen pal, and it was subtly enjoyable, wasn't it? While lost in my thoughts, I cautiously reached into the cupboard to grab the instant ramen. Where did I put that ramen? Ah, here it is. Ah! Damn it! How could I cut my finger on the sharp edge of the ramen packet? Even if I tried! Luck really isn't on my side. A small trickle of blood started to emerge from the cut. Just when I thought I was changing my mindset, the destination of that shift turned out to be the pain of the wound. I let out a deep sigh. Where did I put the bandages and ointment? Can't even remember. Which box did I store them in? For now, let's just eat and think about it. This small wound will heal quickly, so they say. You're still kind. That's why I worry sometimes, being kind to someone like me who is so suspicious. Lion, it's really just my selfishness, but is it truly impossible for us to meet again? No, someone like me is probably not needed in your life either. Surely, this channel and even I are foreign substances that cannot be part of your daily life. I carefully walked into a living room, holding a pot filled with steaming, fully cooked ramen. Of course, in the opposite hand there, I held a pot. There was a spoon and a fork. Oh, God, the smell. The enticing aroma wafting through the air made my mouth water even more. The ramen was the one my friend Mio recommended last time, right? We used to be close friends when we were young, and I have fond memories of that time. She moved away a long time ago, which was quite regrettable. Nevertheless, we kept in touch over the years, and last time we talked, she said she lives nearby. I wonder if she's doing okay. I'm back! I nudged a small table placed next to the sofa with my foot. Soon the table smoothly moved towards the center of the sofa due to the force I applied. As I placed the item I was carrying on top of it, a sigh escaped from my mouth involuntarily. It seemed like Leot noticed the faint sound and approached me. Are you okay? Judging by the size of the pot, looked like you brought a considerable amount. It's nothing, I'm fine. It's just like the whole bag of ramen. Just don't worry about it, Leot. I'm totally not starved. I appreciate your concern, but just that let out a sigh due to fatigue, so it's nothing to worry about. I forced a smile and waved my hand. As Leot's expression seemed to soften a bit, I felt slightly relieved and lowered my hand. Of course, as I lowered my hand, I didn't forget to habitually wipe the sweat that accumulated in my palms on my pants. Stupidly, I had even forgotten about the small cut on my finger. It wasn't a deep wound, but it had bled a little. It's unexpectedly sharp, wasn't it? As I mumbled softly, about to sigh again, a creaking sound came from the TV. Right, Leot had been watching me this whole time. Duh, how foolish must I look? It's embarrassing. I lightly touched the back of my neck with my opposite hand, and stealing a glance at the monitor, I tried to gauge his reaction. He looks angry. Huh? Are you playing a trick on me now? What do you mean? I could predict his attitude for even a moment. He seemed friendly towards me before, but now he looked at me so coldly. I never told you to get hurt, Lion. What are you talking about? His voice turned chilly all of a sudden, though the content of his words seemed to show concern for my injury. I appreciate his concern, but normally people don't get irritated at someone for this. Do they? Lion, you shouldn't get hurt. That's why People make mistakes, you know? Yo, Ginny, calm down a bit. Just a minor injury, okay? I'm sorry. I got carried away again. Leo seemed deep in thought, and he stopped looking into my eyes. Suddenly, he shifted his gaze to the floor. I wondered if he was feeling some sort of negative emotion, but it was hard to tell for sure on that small monitor. If I wasn't mistaken, he briefly bit his own lips. A brief moment of silence passed between us. Please, never ignore minor injuries. Please. If you keep doing this, I'll have no choice but to loop until you listen to me. What you say? I could hear you clearly. I can't hear you at all, Leot. That's just... Should I say that I'm also struggling when you're in pain? He quickly changed his expression to the point where it felt like his previous frustration and excitement were lies. It's just... my heart hurts. Do you happen to have any band-aids or ointment at home? Band-aids or ointment? What? Leot, what the hell? If you keep making the same choices, I'll do whatever it takes to make you rely on me. Will you Will you look after me if I cut your Achilles tendon? Or would you like me to confess that I love you and lock you up? What? Your face has turned pale, and you're even sweating. If I were by your side, I would at least give you a handkerchief or something. It's nothing. Don't lie. This time, it seems like you've been through some psychological shock rather than just some external injuries. What did I just see? What scene was that? And what were the words spoken before and after that made me reject Lyot in the hallucination? I'm not sure, but for some reason, my body feels a little tense. Not only did chills run down my spine, but cold sweat also started trickling down. To be precise, it's like my body is freezing in a reflexive manner, just like a cornered mouse. What is this? Despite my brain clearly recognizing that it wasn't such a dangerous situation, my body wouldn't cooperate. A bizarre sensation indeed. I couldn't speak. I couldn't move by my own will. Why are you like this? Does he know something? Does he know the reason behind the strange feeling, the sudden resistance and discomfort? Lion, even though full memories haven't returned, it seemed like your body has recalled some of it to some extent. It feels unpleasant, doesn't it? Uncomfortable, with a strange sense of resistance. It's bittersweet, but it's okay. It's all natural. Sometimes it might be negative memories that come back about me. But you can fill the future with brighter memories, right? It's something I heard from someone dear to me before. And I didn't know I'd be passing this message on to you. So, Lion, just keep shining. Just like you have been all this time. I will swallow up all this darkness. Leo lightly flicked his finger. What? Wait, what? What? Even though it's small, you got hurt, Lion. I really hope you don't feel any pain. Huh? Please, don't be in pain. My heart can't bear it. He's never said this before. Yeah. Thanks for caring. You're welcome. It actually makes me happy that you're relying on me to some extent. Keep asking and relying on me like this. I'll always be there to help, even though I'm confined within the screen. If my limited medical knowledge can be of any help to you, it would make me so happy. Leo gently smiled at me, and it seemed like he had made an effort to do so. However, I still couldn't fathom what he truly felt inside. What was that I saw earlier? Was it a simple hallucination? Or were those words he actually said? And I'm certain I saw the word loop earlier, right? How on earth can I break out of this damn loop? Okay. By the way, what were you doing? I couldn't remember what I said earlier for a moment. I kept insisting on treatment, and he said he would go get some band-aids and ointment. Strange. Never said that before. I literally just said that a moment ago. But I heard myself in the kitchen earlier. I didn't even bother to search for band-aids and ointment. Did I really say something like that? But after that you said, Lion, you already brought the band-aids and ointment earlier, right? My guy, you're not making any more sense. You said you would handle the treatment yourself by bringing the tools, which got me worried. So I just gave you some small medical information and expressed my concern once more. As he spoke, Leo glanced briefly towards a small table beside me. Seriously, it was a paper box containing the small band-aids I usually use, as well as the ointment and cotton swabs for applying onto the wound. I really searched for and brought these items myself amidst all these belongings. Something strange. I had no recollection of doing such a thing. Feeling uneasy, I tilted my head, and Leo spoke first. I'm truly grateful that you listened to what I had to say. I feel great joy that someone like me can have an impact on you. At the end, I mumbled something. I couldn't hear what it was. It wasn't anything important. Just talking to myself. By the way, Lion, the ramen must be cold by now. Wouldn't it be better to eat it when the seaweed starts to float up? Of course, it's just a personal recommendation. I completely forgot. Should have been multitasking. I hurriedly peered into the pot. Thankfully, the noodles haven't been fully absorbed by the broth just yet. I breathed a sigh of relief and carefully picked up the fork. The fear I felt earlier, in conscience, the unconscious resistance. I still know nothing about this loop. As I put the noodles into my mouth, I asked myself inwardly, Lion, are you really going to let everything slide and stay silent? Like the protagonists in detective novels, there's a need to face the truth more boldly and do a little more investigation. Deep down, I know that's what I think too. What should I do from now on? I'm sure I couldn't resolve anything by just being on guard and avoiding conversations like I've done so far. That much is clear. My vacant pupils reflected on the surface of the broth. The murky color of the broth made it impossible to distinguish the color of my own pupils. However, their shape remained intact. Yeah, come to think of it, I had heard such words long ago. Even if you lose your color, as long as your form and heart remain, you will always be you. Okay. Why was I forgetting such an important fact? As I recalled that one phrase, my troubled mind began to calm down and sort itself out. Of course, I'm not completely composed yet. However, I can see a clearer direction to move forward compared to just a moment ago. I have to push him a little, gather information, and even if it means going through the loop several more times, even my body freezes with fear, I must move forward. It's not like me to sit back like this, right? I won't be swayed by someone else. I'll live my own life. That's how it's been so far. That's how it'll be in the future. I don't remember who said those words to me, but it's a wise saying. Huh? Is there anything enjoyable happening? You have a big smile on your face. Is it because the instant ramen surprisingly tastes good? Oh, yeah, seems so. I confidently and brightly smiled. Leo, from now on, I won't be so easily swayed by your words. I'll uncover the truth you're hiding, so just wait and see. Did a sense of finding a solution relieve the tension? A yawn escaped involuntarily. Or is it that humans are creatures of adaptation and without realizing it, I've adapted to this bizarre situation? Oh, is our conversation boring for you? It seems like he's trying to play some kind of prank on me again, just like before. Oh, so what conversation, my dude? Like, this has been pretty one-sided so far. I'm trying to have a conversation with you, but you are just being ambiguous and weird throughout this whole goddamn game. What is going on? If I say it's boring, you might loop or do something again. Should I try to appease him roughly this time? Wait, why is your expression so dark? Like a dog that lost its owner and is standing alone in the rain, Leo stared at me with his eyes narrowed. It's strange, really strange. It feels like his personality has completely changed, but that doesn't make sense, does it? Just earlier. Yeah, when we first met, he was clearly smiling, acting carefree and relaxed. His expression didn't turn gloomy like this, and he quickly laughed and joked. I had dismissed the discomfort I felt earlier as just my imagination and had resolved to confront him, but... Leo, who exactly are you? I couldn't grasp it at all. It's like turning the pages of a book and finding completely different contents on each new page. He's not consistent. His attitude keeps changing. For now, I need to understand him more accurately. So in summary, the current Leo seems to be psychologically fragile in a completely different way from earlier. I don't know the reason, but in his current state, there's a high probability of gaining some information if I provoke him. On the contrary, if I approach him favorably without probing for information, I might be able to increase trust and likability. How do you even get here? How do you even come to this conclusion? Like, okay, yeah, like going through a time... I can't even call it a time loop. I'm just watching TV. There's no way I can call it a time loop. Like, my noodles just got cold. Time is moving forward. It's not moving back. Why? What should I do? Well... Okay, let's see. It's simply because I'm sleepy. I honestly have to say my interest has waned a bit. My interest has waned a bit. I flashed a peculiar smile, a style I picked up from him. It seemed to convey that mysterious feeling well. Leo looked even more awkward than before. What should I do? For a moment, his violet eyes seemed unusually intense, like a deep abyss that couldn't reflect light. It was a chillingly dark gaze. Did I go too far with my provocative words? Nah, spilled water can't be gathered again. Yes, it can! That's not how water works. You can't put it back into its container. It's not going to be sanitary, but you can still put it back in the container or wipe it up and squeeze it back out. Let's just leave him alone for now. Let's stop here. I want to talk about something else now. Are we actually gonna have a conversation, Leo? I've been waiting for you to have a conversation with me. So far, you've asked me about my hobbies, and that's it. You've just been ambiguous this whole way through. You've just been cryptic throughout this whole conversation. What are you doing? How about a lighter and more cheerful topic than one that brings down the mood? Whether it's conversation or games, I'm open to anything. Just tell me what you'd like. I'll do my best to make you smile. Interrogate? Huh. About the reasons for being friendly, about how he came to run this channel. How did you run this channel? Leo, is there a reason or a trigger for being assigned to this channel? The roles of a writer and a show host are quite distinct. This has been a lingering question for a while. Unless there's a special reason, why would he need a job that is not even remotely related, but rather the opposite? Didn't I tell you before? Are you claiming you can't remember? You did not tell me! You told me Shaq Diddley! You never told me anything! I remember everything about you, but how do you so easily forget about me? It's something bitter. Leo's eyeless gaze turns towards me. Despite the claim of bitterness, his expression, somehow smiling, feels contradictory. So, Leo, would you believe me if I said I lost my memory? Even if I find this a bit amusing, there are no gaps in my memory, but I can't explain the current contradictions. Well, you might have lost your memory. I believe you. Isn't it too easy for you to trust others? It's not about trusting people easily. It's about thinking your claim makes sense. Unlike me, you always say the right things. His face seems a bit flushed. Anyway, coming back to the point, why did you end up managing this channel, Leo? It's not a grand reason, just a decision to see you again. There's no other reason beyond that. What are you talking about? You were the guest for the first few episodes of the show, right? When I first received the proposal, I was so surprised. I just wanted to see you again. That's the reason. Nothing extravagant. There's no hidden, elaborate story. Someday, I'll make you remember our story with my own hands, for sure. I'm going to keep interrogating. Okay. Why are you being so friendly? Saying it with my own mouth, but why are you so friendly to me? Is it because we met before? If he doesn't like my answer, it's true that he will make me go through the loop. I mean, what? It's true that he making me go through the loop is an option. But even considering that, he thinking very positively about me. Because you changed my life. So, since you've changed my life, I have no intention of letting go of that person. I'll continue to make efforts to stay connected, always. But I'm not that much of an impressive person. I haven't even helped you much in the first place. Shh, you may not understand the meaning of what I'm saying yet, but someday you will surely understand my feelings too. Okay, let's talk. What's your favorite food? Leo, come to think of it, what kind of food do you like? Since you say casual conversations are fine. Is it weird to ask a person from TV about their food preferences? Huh. It would be nice if I liked the same things as you do. Unfortunately, I have my own taste. That's fine. It's fine if we have different tastes. I mean, that means we both can try different things. I don't mind. I like salads with olive oil. I'm generally into healthy food. Do you have any dislikes or preferences? Like cucumbers or cilantro? People have a lot of things that they're picky about, right? I'm not actively seeking them out, but I can eat anything you give me. Of course, my expression might scrunch up a bit, but you'd understand, wouldn't you? I'll tease ya. Okay, I'm gonna ask about his birthday. Oh yeah, when's your birthday? If it's today, I might be able to prepare something. Huh, when was it again? Oh, right, remember, it's December 13th. So since today is my birthday, will you celebrate it? this seems a bit rushed. Doesn't he seem like... doesn't he seem like he doesn't even remember his own birthday? Moreover, it's so obvious that he wants to be congratulated. If it's the kind lioness, you'll surely congratulate, right? There's no need for anything grand. I'd be happy if your congratulations alone. It seems like Leot is recalling something. Well, yep, happy birthday! Thank you, Lion. Right, what's next? Would you take a look here, Lion? Ta-da! Yeah? What have you prepared this time? Glasses? Yeah, as you can see, it's glasses. Originally, my eyesight is not that great, so I always wear them when working. The ones I'm wearing now are lenses. Surprisingly, Leot was wearing lenses. That's unexpected. Come to think of it, we've talked about each other's daily lives and the image shown in broadcasts, but we haven't really talked about my daily life, have we? So here's a bit of bonus information. It's quite interesting. I thought Leot had good eyesight. He seems to have aspects I didn't know about in various ways. Don't you like that I'm sharing these little details? At first, I really disliked that personality, but now it seems quite appealing. As the writer who wears glasses, there will come a day when we meet comfortably, won't there? Please, it has to happen. Right, I'm gonna keep talking. Leot to encourage reading? Is there anything more interesting? Talking to Leot is undoubtedly fun, but I'd like to discuss something new as well. Lion, do you happen to enjoy reading books? If it's okay, how about talking about one of your favorite books? None of these are my favorite! Oh, man! I guess Around the World in 80 Days? Around the World in 80 Days. I really loved that story. Since childhood, I envied the protagonist's wealth and courage. If you have that much courage and daring, you can achieve anything. That's why, maybe unconsciously, I keep making challenges that might seem reckless to others. I just can't give up. The beginning was clearly a confident voice, but ended with a somewhat melancholic tone. Right. Is there anything else you can interrogate about? No, there's nothing else. Okay, let's continue talking. Any card games to recommend? Card games. Classic, but there's nothing better to refresh the atmosphere, right? Lion, please, put your doubts aside. I don't want to be disliked by you any further, and I'm not a kind person to answer more questions, understand? Look at you pleading with those eyes again. I'm weak against that kind of gaze. What I prepared is a deck of playing cards, but surprisingly, it's neither Uno nor poker. Think of it more like a tarot deck. How about that? It'll be fun, right? What the frick? The middle. Now, shall we interpret the meaning of this card? Since it's a specially crafted card, each meaning is unique. Let's see. It's the Tears of Mermaid card in the upright position. That's not a real tarot card. The meaning is as follows. Someone who loves you will appear. The love will be eternal. Unlike any mermaid princess story, it will be eternal and beautiful. That's the meaning. What do you think? Do you like it? At least, I like it. I want to see one of the other options. Right, what's the card on the left? Now, shall we interpret the meaning of this card? Since it's a specially crafted card, each meaning is unique. Tears of a Mermaid card in the upright position. Someone who loves you will appear. The love will be eternal. Unlike any mermaid princess story, it will be eternal and beautiful. That's the meaning. What do you think? Do you like it? At least I like. Did you rig this game? I want to go back. What's the card on the right? Let's interpret the meaning of this card. Tears of. It's the same card. It's the same card. Why are you like this? Why are you like this? God. Oh, is there anything else? Interrogate, same thing. If I talk, it's the same deal. I guess we're done. Stop talking. Lion, the more we talk, the more I want to meet you. Communicating through the small monitor has its limits, and you must feel the same way, right? What? Hey, what is going on? I'm gonna save. Yes. You fool. Are you trying to beat my strength? Courage is hypothetical, but... What? What am I supposed to do? What? Okay, fine, no. Do you not want to meet me? Ah, 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 ah. Well, yes. You fool, are you trying to beat my strength? Courage is hypothetical, but... Ah! Seriously? Why give me a choice if you're just gonna make me say no? God! Why you like this line? We've become quite close. Is it just my imagination? I know it's not. You also enjoyed our conversations. Please say that. Wait, someone was blocking your expression. It'll be fine now. So, would you like to meet me? Woo! Sounds like a date request. No. Alright. Is that your decision? Not to meet me? Is there really a need to meet? There's nothing wrong in doing this in the first place. We're not close, and there are way too many suspicious things, and you won't answer any more questions. If you're gonna loop it until you get the answer you want, try it. I made up my mind and I said it. I don't want to meet that much, and I like this distance between him and myself. I thought something would change if we met again, but even before that, I've been rejected. So, are you leaving now? Are you trying to go back to your everyday life, leaving me behind in this channel? Well, probably. If you turn off the TV, like I said, should be fine. The conversation was interesting, Leo. It seems we're not meant to be. Debate is thrown. I pondered for a moment and then turned my gaze towards Leo. What I saw was... Ah! Did you think you couldn't meet me? With just your will? If you exclude me from your daily life, I could just pull you in. Why did I hesitate till now? Go! Leo! When you said something nice! The glass is broken, and there's blood coming from his arm. Point out the injury. I get it! I'll meet you! Just let go of my goddamn hand! You're hurt too, right? It's quite unpleasant. You and I are destined to coexist from now on. It's a relationship where we'll continue to loop, so please, don't reject me. After all, I'm just like you. What? I feel quite upset. You and I are destined to coexist in the future. We're in a relationship where we have no choice but to continue the loop. So please, don't reject me. After all, I am also someone like you. What? Are we caught in a loop? It's not just me. I looked around, my eyes glued, but nothing much has changed. Yep, I'm hallucinating again. There's no other way to explain this phenomenon. When I turned to the TV again, I could see Leo staring blankly at me. And soon he smiled, very brightly, red face contrary to the smile of the past. Lion, I've had a big misconception all this time. The idea was that it could have a physical effect on you, but it couldn't have any psychological effects. But it's not. I've forgotten about the existence of the loop for a while. Maybe God is rooting for our love. I'll take a short break and come back. For now, consider it like a commercial break. Feel free to relax. The hell? Did he leave? The mechanical sound emitted by the TV glitched and soon illuminated a black screen. Maybe the power turned itself off. I want to trust you, but why am I having so many doubts? Leo is undoubtedly a charming person. He possesses a mysterious charm that captivates people. In the midst of our conversation, even my previous hostile feelings gradually melted away. But where there is light, there is shadow, and the secrets he hides, along with the hallucinations I see, continue to evoke fear. What was that I saw earlier? Before, I felt a strong aversion to hallucinations, but this time, it was different. Instead, it felt familiar. Was it the truth after all? It was a moment of brief contemplation. Looks like you're deep in thought. The voice I hadn't heard before came from behind. Compared to Leo's, it was relatively lower and softer. Who and how did someone reach this place? Suppressing my uneasy feelings, I turned around. Originally, didn't plan to interfere, but had to change of heart. Just cause I got involved a little doesn't mean the trust will shatter, does it? Who are you? Who the hell are you? I'm Ivan. For now, answer my question, please. Feeling an unknown pressure, I stopped complaining. Despite the person in front of me likely being just a person like me, there was a strange sense of distance. So, we're talking about the true form of Leota Shu, aren't we? Don't you want to know his weakness? I mean, aren't you curious about the secret he's so desperately hiding? Might be an opportunity to correct that damn personality of his. Didn't it bother you a bit? Honestly, he has quite an annoying personality, doesn't he? Okay, enough of the small talk. How about you reveal your identity now? You must know that you are much more suspicious than Leot, right? Suspicious? Well, haven't I already experienced many unrealistic things? I don't think my appearance is particularly surprising compared to the person on TV, like him. So, have you decided, Lion? Would you like me to accompany you to the backstage? Like a quiet date? Or will you foolishly wait for him here indefinitely? What? Okay, I'm just gonna save. I will accept his offer. In the end, you always give the same answer. Might be cliche, but it's commendable that you reject it with your own will, Lion. So, well, shall we reach out our hands? If you grasp my hand, you'll find yourself moving to the backstage of that stage in a blink of an eye. The clasped hand was devoid of warmth, as cold as ice. Doubt and regret accelerated, but it was already too late. I could now take one step closer to the secret Leot was hiding. So let's think positively. Where are we? The stage was so wide that my mouth hung open, the space softly illuminated by spotlights. The various items scattered haphazardly in the corners. It was an unmistakable view of a theater. This is the backstage of that stage you've only glimpsed through the monitor. Even though the performance venue was here, why does Leot continue to broadcast only from the dressing room? Perhaps he might hide something. For example, by examining the equipment stocked over there? But be careful, we've sneaked into this place, and if Leot, who must be somewhere around here, catches us, we don't know what kind of repercussions might follow. Well, at least, I'll guarantee your life, so don't take it too seriously. Got it? Right, old diary. Seems to be a diary. How long has it been neglected? Dust covers the leather cover. Still, since I made up my mind to investigate, I should take a look at the content. Ignoring the dust, I unfolded the old diary. Inside was filled with something written in handwriting. The interior of the diary is surprisingly well preserved compared to the outside. I can read the writing. Would it be good to give it a read? The method of summoning Nevi is simple. If there is someone with a sincere wish, Nevi will quickly appear in that person's dream with curiosity. Yeah, at this point, Nevi always makes a sweet proposal. And it is said that if you succeed in this proposal, any wish can be granted. Nevi is a transcendent being that fulfills people's wishes as a non-humanoid life form. However, unlike benevolent gods, it has a cruel and realistic nature, and it clings only to things it finds interesting. Also, Nevi is adept at hallucinations and is said to like the color blue. Nevi? That's a name I've never heard of before. But considering it's described as a transcendent being that shows hallucinations, it might be related to my current situation. Moreover, the fact that this diary is behind the stage is bothering me. Let's keep it in mind for now. Photos. Are these photos? Whose photos are these that they're piled up like this? Seems like they've been recently maintained, given that not a speck of dust is visible. I lightly lifted the photos. As I examined each one, my face grew pale. They're all me. Look at the perspective. Seems like someone other than me took them without my knowledge. Like a stalker, perhaps? Nah, calm down, Lion. There must be some peculiar commonalities for them to be considered ordinary photos, right? Upon closer inspection, it's unreasonable to call them ordinary photos. They're all taken from top to bottom, right? Moreover, the most crucial point, considering the dates and times written in the corners. Are these images captured by CCTV? While it's plausible for me to be caught on CCTV in my daily life, it's suspicious that these photos are behind the stage. It feels unsettling. Right, the script. A suspicious bundle of paper is placed in a corner. It seems to be a script, and it's written prominently in large letters. I wonder what's in it. Should be fine to check it out. You just have to fill it with bright memories from now on, right? The words I heard from someone truly important to me. My life will shine even brighter from now on, filled with that person's thoughts. I'm really wishing earnestly. But why aren't opportunities coming to me? Instead of making something like this, grant my wish, Nevi. It's boring. It's so boring. How on earth can I retrieve that person? Who took them? Or did they run away on their own? What happened without my knowledge? I have to find out. There seems to be more notes written by someone than actual dialogue. Can't even guess what the contents are. It's just about desperately wishing for Nevi to fulfill their wishes, and that the author was in a disturbed state. Right, next. Torn banner. Why is this torn apart? A torn banner is hanging above in a shabby state. On a blue background, there are unidentified writings in sky blue. The characters seem unfamiliar, as if they're in a foreign language. What could it possibly mean? Anyway, it doesn't give off a good feeling. Right, and the roses? Everything else was red, but only this one is blue. Is it placed here for stage decoration or something? Personally, I recommend not touching it. Might be an item prepared in advance for a special ending of my favorite actor. What? What? I feel like that's important. Let's end an investigation. Well, did you enjoy the time I gave you? Seems like it's time to return now. Leot is probably waiting for you. Whether you consider our meeting as a dream or reality, it's your freedom. Can't you feel it now? How much truth he's been hiding from you. It's not a betrayal of yours, is it? Open your eyes, Lion. It's time to go back. What? Hi! The betrayal was not from me, but you, Lion. It's not a dream. I know that now. A clear remaining sensation, numerous pieces of evidence firmly revealing the truth. And finally, the words from Ivan echo in my mind. I've come prepared to meet you again. There are no wounds on his arm. The injury was severe enough for glass shards to be embedded. The fact that it was healed in a matter of minutes is an unreasonable assumption. So the Leot in front of me right now is undoubtedly a different person from the Leot who sought my attention earlier. What aspect will he show me this time? Lion, really, truly, for a very long time, I've missed you so much. His voice trembled, as if overcome with emotions. The sight of tears welling up was pitiful. What has this person witnessed so far? What did the other me do? Let's hear his story first. Lion, I don't know how much you know, but it was a really long journey for me. Looping multiple times just to meet you again, and even resorting to bargaining with that ridiculously cunning entity. I would have liked to embrace you, but unfortunately, the monitor is blocking us. Wait, what are you talking about now? Huh? Oh, seems you didn't hear that part. I'm talking about the reason why I loop. Everything I endured and the reason I start looping, all of it is thanks to you. Lion, if it weren't for you, none of this would have started. I can't explain in detail, as it would be a violation of the rules. But please, understand this much. I cherish you. I have no intentions of forcing my opinions on you like my past self. So, can you just smile for me? Don't worry about anything like you usually do. The only thing I'm asking for now is, will you meet me in reality? Is it okay for me to cross the boundary between the virtual world and reality? You don't have to answer, but just promise me one thing. Don't accept anyone's suggestions, no matter who it is. It's a simple request. Think of it as a kind of a ritual for the meeting of you and me. Just please, don't doubt this time. What? What? Before I could answer him, he was gone. When I looked away from TV, Ivan was smiling strangely in front of me. And from behind, I could hear the sound of knocking on the door. Well, we know the answer, Lion, don't we? Absolute refusal is poison. How about trusting me, following Ivan and moving forward together? The moment your chosen loop is executed will be the finale for the both of us. Can you open the door, Lion? I know now. I'm confident that she'll trust me, so please, don't be enchanted by that non-human entity. Remember? We promised not to respond to any proposals until I arrive and enter the house. Otherwise, I'll break the door and enter. So please, open it. Please. Beyond the door, Leot's cries can be heard, and Ivan in front of me keeps repeating that he trusts me. Whose word should I listen to? What was the right answer in the first place? Whatever choice I make now seems to have a significant impact. Leot, I kind of hate it, but paradoxically, when someone I like so much yearns for it so desperately, who else would I choose if not Leot? Unfortunately, I'll have to reject your proposal, Ivan. I don't even know who you are. You just showed up in my house. What are you doing in my house? Elle smiled brightly, then turned around and ran towards the door. sometimes showing a whimsical and occasionally shaky demeanor, but ultimately, I had fallen paradoxically in love with Leot as a person. Unexpected outcome, even after looping hundreds of times and waiting for 1,000 years, Leot. You judged that there was no chance of winning in the deal, a clear miscalculation. Congratulations, your loved one is now heading towards you of their own accord. Also, the illusion will shatter the moment you fall out from this apartment, so don't you worry. Lion! What is happening? Just as I always believed in you. Now you believe in me. Go ahead, embrace me. In the reality you're not missing, we can live together. Now. What am I doing? Good end 3. Reality. Right, so that was a good ending. Right now, I'm just gonna go for the bad ending. The channel I usually watch. Do I really have to go through the trouble of finding another channel to watch? As I mentioned before, I only have enough energy left to eat. In fact, for some reason, I'm feeling a little uneasy, trying to avoid that feeling. I know what today's documentary is about. It would be nice if it explores the mysteries of nature. I yawned and smoothly maneuvered my hand to switch to the documentary channel. Let's see what's currently airing. Huh? What's this glitch? From the top left corner, a small glitch that was barely the size of a finger suddenly expanded, covering the entire screen in an instant. Not only could I not read the title, I could even discern what's being broadcasted. Darn it, why is everything going wrong today? It's not like it's unusual for things to malfunction, but why now, when I have nothing to do but relax? Is this some kind of cosmic joke? Oh, good gods! I took a deep breath and walked towards the television with determination. What could be the problem? I cautiously tapped the machine, as if knocking on a door, in case exerting too much force would break it. Soon the glitch started to fade away. However, in the empty space that appeared, instead of the documentary footage, there was a whimsical screen that resembled the start screen of a casual game. Seems to be functioning. I have no idea what it is. There's some sort of emergency program activated without my knowledge. If there was such a system, I would have known about it a long time ago. What on earth is this? Had to look clearly. Some writing in the center that was too flustered to see properly. Let's see. Channel 453. As I furrowed my brow, staring intently at the screen, the moment I realized that the channel had changed, a shiver ran down my spine. I had no idea what would happen. No, in fact, it was the predictability that scared me. It followed the patterns commonly seen in urban legends or horror videos posted on the internet. Bright visuals with gruesome content or being trapped in an inescapable curse, getting kidnapped. It was unsettling. I started to take small steps backwards. Someone might argue that my imagination was running wild, but who knows? Let's try another channel. It's better for my mental well-being to watch something other than these continuously frightening delusions. Beep beep. I don't know whose prank this is, but do I need to force a reboot or something to make this damn channel 453 to stop? That was the moment. Well, mic test, and we're gonna skip ahead. Is the television broken? The television is not broken. It's quite an old TV set, but it hasn't given me much trouble when it comes to connecting. Connected to the TV. Are you saying you disrupted the airwaves like some kind of spy? Even if it's just interference. It doesn't explain the existence of this channel called 453 or how the flyers I have ended up being delivered at all. Ha! You seem more startled than I expected. To add a little more, I'm Leot Ashu. And this place where I am, channel 453, can be called a channel that I'm presenting to you. There's only one content. Should I say it's an enjoyable one-to-one conversation? There was a hint of darkness beneath his bright smile. Maybe it's just my imagination. It could be that I'm mistaken it due to dark circles under his eyes. What kind of TV broadcast is this? You're right. Think of it as some sort of communication game. You and I engage in conversation. Something like that. There's one thing I'm curious about. Feel free to ask. What is it? Is this also a dream of mine? No matter how much I tell myself it's real, it's hard to accept. Ouch! Unfortunately, it's neither a dream nor a hallucination. Are you that averse to me? How sad. I'm not asking you to be sad or self-pitying. If it's real, how does this communication work? How am I able to reach you? Calm down. I'm not going to hurt you. I'm actually quite friendly towards you, Lion, and I will never turn hostile. Yeah, it's like, you yanked my arm through the TV earlier. What do you mean? I will never change. His unwavering gaze, looking into those determined eyes engraved with unwavering resolve. I couldn't help but feel a chill despite him being on the other side of the screen, as if he were right in front of me. Well, since it's our first time today, shall we start with some ice-breaking? Let's leave the difficult and complex questions aside for now. And this vast will— Yeah, Gala, skip ahead. Right. Leo, why do I have to answer, huh? Why would I need to answer you? Doesn't seem right. No matter how much I try to reassure myself that everything is fine, there are too many suspicious things, unresolved questions. Might be dangerous, so I don't think our relationship is close enough for me to answer that. You seem to separate personal and public aspects. You've been thinking about the appropriate distance between us since earlier. You don't have to think about it in such detail because you keep telling me to relax, but don't you see that I keep changing my judgment? To be honest, it makes me anxious and uncomfortable. Well, unless you secretly stalk me or something, you wouldn't know about someone's actions or what they say. Unless there are hidden devices like cameras or microphones, right? Leo, are you saying that you're observing me right now? Are you a criminal? You called my name, didn't you? I'm glad to hear that, but I don't like the content of the main discussion. It's just a formality to have a conversation anyway. If I keep repeating until you answer, we'll eventually know everything. Well, since the first take was a mistake, let's end it here. It's time to replay now. What are you talking about? You still don't get it? I said, we're starting again. Forget everything until now. And this time, make the right choice. Got it? I'll be looking forward to it. Okay, we're looping. Well, should I ask about hobbies? It's the first day, so I didn't really prepare anything like board games. What is this? That's what I just said. I already answered that. You should dream for a moment. I'm asking about your hobby for the first time. What? Now, can you answer me about your hobbies? What is your hobby? I'm very curious right now. It doesn't give me the answer to answer sassily. Whatever, I'll speak truly and we'll skip ahead. I still don't understand the intention behind the channel. I don't particularly like repeating myself, but it's to provide you with enjoyable experiences. Besides just casual conversation, you can also share your difficulties with me if you have any. I hope it contributes to your mental well-being. So to summarize, the purpose is to engage in conversation with connected individuals and provide unique experiences. Your answers are surprisingly cliché. Well, it was the question you asked. Could it be that there's some hidden intention behind the question that I don't know about? Well, yes there is. I didn't ask for an explanation about the program, I'm asking about you. You're the operator and host of this channel, right? Why are you running such a suspicious channel, and why would someone like me who has no connection want to listen to others? So that's what you're so curious about. Well, where should I start? My original profession is a scenario writer. And you are the perfect person for this theme, aren't you? Or am I wrong? It might be overwhelming to receive so much information at once. So because I made a mistake this time, let's send it here. What? Are you going to rewind time again, like earlier? To rewind time is simply to ensure that the right things happen, to guide them. Now, I have no intention of answering properly. In the retake of this scene, there will be no more errors! Right. Cool. That. Again. That. Next, you ask me a question. It's a fun question time, so who knows? Maybe this time, I'll give you a proper answer to your question. Well then, of course there's a higher chance I'll answer lighthearted questions. Fine, what are your hobbies? Then we'll skip ahead. You're still a liar. Well, thanks to that, the situation is progressing in an interesting way. But I hope you realize that there are limits to how kindly I can treat you. Surely this channel and even I are foreign substances that cannot be part of your daily life. We actually didn't get a chance to ask some of these before, so what's up with your clothes? I've been curious. Do you usually wear gothic style clothes, or is it something recommended by the broadcasting community? Broadcasting company. It's a small channel operated by me and a PD, not a broadcasting company. Gothic clothes aren't really my style, but I thought they'd suit the eerie atmosphere of the channel. I prefer it if you wore them though. I think they'd suit you much better than me. I haven't worn gothic, but oddly enough, I'm more curious about your everyday clothes layout. You're curious about me? How delightful. I'll show you my everyday clothes someday. Someday for sure. So feel free to look forward to it now. Alright, and about the tattoo on your face. Is there any meaning to the cross tattoo on your face? Is it of religious significance, or perhaps something related to being a criminal? Would you like to guess? Please try to figure out what it might mean. Or, well, it would be fine if you gave it meaning. He seems uninterested in answering. Yeah, I've been feeling this since earlier. Why is he so fixated on me? Right, do I talk some more? Nah. Interrogate? Nah. We've already seen all this, so we're skipping ahead. My choice. Instead of answering, I overlaid my hand on his outstretched cold hand. This gesture means I agree to his proposal. I'm sorry, Leo. I'm not a thing to you, nor a doll. Furthermore, I'm not a person to rely on. By my will, I will do the loop. Unlike Leo, who retains memories even after the loop. The loop that you do with my power, you will lose your memories. Are you still going to do it? Please! I've been sorry all along! I really didn't know you disliked my actions so much. So, I thought if we loop, everyone will be happy, but no! Can you tell me what I'm tired of, Lion? You are everything to me! I knew you might not like it. I closed my eyes and squeezed the hand I held. I hoped to no longer hear his voice. I forced a smile. I had to smile, so there would be no more regrets in the future. You've ultimately lost, Leo. It seems you don't know how to win someone's heart. Poor thing. So, are you going to admit defeat according to the contract conditions and return to reality? Or are you going to wait for that person to come back to your timeline? That is a different Leo, while waiting for the next opportunity. Don't stay too gloomy. In some parallel universe, another you is happily laughing with that person. Still, until then, you endure in the space where no one exists. Don't worry, you will surely have another chance. Lion, I don't know how much time has passed since then. I'm still waiting for you. In this trapped space, the finale you gave me is these 3 moments. If you're red roses and me on the stage, what should I do now? That end 1. False stars fill the sky. Anyway, that was Channel 453. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys do want to play this for yourselves, link to the game will be in the description below. So, this game is in a weird state of development right now, so it's fully released. However, there's supposed to be another version of the game that comes out that gives the true ending, like several extra modes, several extra interactions. And I believe in the current state that the game is in, like one of the endings is bugged for some reason. I can't seem to get like the alternate bad ending for some reason, despite the fact that I've actually gotten like the prerequisites to actually get that ending. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all have a lovely rest of the day. And as always, I'll be seeing you in the next video. This is Lion, signing off. Ciao.